Welcome back. You're still with Perspective, and we're talking to BASF President Director CP Chan. Your company, one of your tag words in the company is sustainability, where you balance economic, environmental, and also social issues. What is sustainability in your company? What's the word represented in BASF?
Let's start off with the core purpose of BASF. The core purpose of BASF is we create chemistry for a sustainable future.
All right.
So right at the core, sustainable future. And to us, innovation based on chemistry helps us to meet the challenges of the future.
Right.
And here we have identified three core areas of the challenges. First, we are looking at resources, environmental, and the climate.
The climate.
Then we also look at food and nutrition, and we also look at quality of life. Now, having said that, to us, to address this, why we are talking about sustainability, here let's take a look at what is the world going to be like in the year 2050. You know that the world has reached about 7 billion population, right?
Yes.
Recently, not so long ago. And we expect by 2050, the world will have something like 9 billion people. Now, the question comes, if we were to continue to live the lifestyle as we are living today, is there enough resources left in this world to feed our future generations?
Right.
Another term that has been in our focus is the term called Earth Overshoot Day.
Sorry?
Earth Overshoot Day.
Overshoot Day. What is that?
Well, let me explain a little bit. This was for 2014 on the 19th of August. This is a day that has been calculated that the Earth's resources for the whole year has been completely finished consumption by this day.
Right.
So which means roughly in 8 months of the year, we have already consumed everything. So whatever else we need to consume for the rest of the year, it comes from our so-called inventory. We go and to dig into what we have as our store.
Right.
So if we were to continue that, again, that will deplete our Earth's resources.
Very soon, yeah.
And BASF, that's why, focuses on the sustainable solutions in areas like this. Now, talking about economic, environmental, and social, is our belief that economic success for the company cannot be standalone.
Yeah.
It must be balanced with environmental protection as well as social responsibility. From a perspective of environmental protection, we ensure that the products we are producing are very safe.
This is what because when you talk chemicals, usually you say, it's something man-made, maybe it's dangerous to me. You don't know what's toxic or not. But so you do have an assurance on that.
Very, very safe. BASF prides itself to have safety standards that are far higher than, let's say, the local legislation. Because BASF operates in more than 80 countries in the world.
Right, exactly.
We do not have a policy that we will say that because that country may not be as developed, so we may have lower standards.
Lower the standards.
We have a worldwide standard that applies throughout the world. And as such, in many, many countries, our safety standards are of very high standard.
Right.
And that is for the protection of our environment.
When you talk environment, it's not only sustainability as well. It's not only the product itself, but also the process that goes with it. I mean, I'm like, how is it with BASF? BASF, oh God.
To ensure our processes are safe, first of all, for the people who are producing that, our staff, our employees, that they do not get into any accidents.
Right.
But also,
safety standard.
There's a safety standard, but also for the environment that we are operating, to make sure that it does not have any harmful substances, especially in some of our plant locations.
Right.
They are very near to communities.
Right.
And it is very important that we safeguard that.
Right. And what about these? Let's say energy, water usage, and things like that in terms of production.
Well, certainly that is an area that we are continuously looking at, not just only for our own production. In fact, this is where we are saying that we provide solutions for meeting such challenges.
Right.
We want to make sure that the resources that are being used, whether it's in our own manufacturing or in the manufacturing at large, is the most efficient in terms of consumption of resources.
Yeah.
For instance, we are participating in the transportation industry, in the automobile industry.
Right.
We have to ensure that we have material offering to this industry that helps us to be very efficient in running the cars.
Right.
We have fuel additives, lubricants. We have also materials that are coming from our engineering plastics that makes it lighter.
To the engine even.
Yes, the engine, the air-tight manifold, these are materials that are very new to the world, but they are very strong. Traditionally, we think that iron and steel are probably the strongest, but you can get equally strong material at a fraction of the weight.
Cost and the weight.
And the cost. The weight will determine how much gasoline you need to use to move your car forward.
Right. Okay. We have to break again. I'm sorry. We'll continue this conversation soon. Please don't go away. Stay with us.